Now on CoastTV News.
All eyes on Rehoboth as the Clear Space project nears a decision. What's on the table to be discussed at today's meeting? State Police announcing the launch of a new permit-to-purchase program. The restrictions and exemptions, they say, will go in place.
And it was a cold start to our Friday. Temperatures fell to the upper 30s to low 40s. Beautiful blue skies today, but I'm tracking milder temperatures and a chance of rain over the next few days. I'll break it all down in my full forecast.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Today is Friday, October 17th. I'm Grace Eckerly and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. Starting off by taking a live look into sunny Delmarva. We are joined now by our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, Grace. It's a beautiful morning at that. A pretty cold start, though, and we still have that little chill in the air. We're going to have a carbon copy of what we had yesterday on Delmarva, only the winds aren't going to be as strong as we take a live look into Ocean View. 58 there. Winds are pretty light out of the north at about 3 miles an hour sustained. We're at 56 Long Neck, 57 in Milford, and we're at 55 in Laurel. You can see winds right now gusting anywhere from 18 Georgetown to 26 Indian River Inlet. Out of the north, we have high pressure just off to our northwest here, funneling in that nice dry air to the south, and we are going to see wall-to-wall sunshine through the remainder of your morning and into the afternoon. A beautiful evening for Friday night football for all those high school games. 55 by around 7, and we are in for a gorgeous weekend. Beautiful partly cloudy skies into our Saturday, a seasonable Saturday, and then as we go into Sunday, we're trending even warmer. In fact, mid-70s. It will be breezy, but I am tracking a cold front that's going to bring rain chances really overnight Sunday into Monday. We'll talk more about that coming up in my full forecast a little later on in the newscast. Grace.
Thanks, Chris. Now, actually, let's take a live look into Rehoboth Beach. It's a beautiful sight of the boardwalk this morning. Some people out there taking a nice stroll. And actually, the boardwalk is a key piece of culture that is a focus today in the nation's summer capital. It's our top story this morning, the future of Clear Space Theater. We could see an action today by Mayor Stan Mills and city commissioners. Up for review is the deal that was presented just last week, which would provide the theater a facility on the current site of the Cape Henlopen Senior Center. That's on Christian Street. The end game here is to keep the theater in the city and as well as deterring the theater company from going forward with a proposal to relocate in Lewis. Here are some key details of what is titled as the Public-Private Development Agreement between the City of Rehoboth Beach and the Clear Space Theater Incorporated. The lease proposed is a 30-year triple net land lease with the 2 10-year options. Now that is a long-term agreement where a tenant rents undeveloped land. ClearSpace will construct a new performing arts center of roughly 40,000 square feet on that parcel, and ClearSpace will have the freedom to select its own architect. This wooden walkway on Surf Avenue in Rehoboth Beach is set to be replaced. City officials tell us concrete was considered for the replacement, but the city decided to keep the classic wood design after speaking with homeowners. The project is expected to cost $18,000, and they should wrap up by the end of the year. Happening today, some coastal news assessing the 2025 summer season for the Rehoboth Beach Patrol this afternoon. They're expected to present their report to Mayor Stan Mills and city commissioners. Now, in the report, the patrol says they were able to meet their staffing goals this year. The patrol also will review its second place finish in the United States Life-Saving Association Mid-Atlantic competitions, and along with the improved service that came with the new comfort station. Let's take a look at some key pieces of data the Rehoboth Beach Patrol plans to review. These are from Memorial Day through September 21st. The patrol had 26 major EMT responses, and they say they had 173 saves, which is the most in the past 4 years. Just south of Rehoboth and Dewey Beach, they're also going to be giving a presentation on their beach patrol's summer. According to the patrol, they had 15 open water rescues. They've responded to 32 major medical situations. There was an average of 26 lifeguards staffed on a daily basis. The Delaware State Police are launching a new permit to purchase program for handgun owners. This starts on November 16th. Most people will need a handgun purchaser permit to buy or transfer a handgun. To apply, you'll need to complete a firearms safety course, as well as get fingerprinted and pass a background check. For more information on the permit to purchase launch and who is exempted from the law, check out coasttvnews.com. Last night in Georgetown, continuing work on helping the homeless find a home. The Supportive Housing Issues Committee met for the second time since its formation. Supportive housing is for people recovering from substance use disorders or who just came out of jail and remain on parole. Areas they worked on included identifying where services are falling short and reviewing a report from over 10 years ago.
Where we are from the 2012 task force report, which was pretty comprehensive on the subject of transitional housing, supported housing in Georgetown.
The committee plans to continue reviewing Georgetown's housing needs and explore potential policy change, with the next meeting scheduled for November 13th. Coming up on Coast TV News Midday, it's another high-stakes meeting in Washington. What Trump's meeting with Zelensky could decide today and what it means for America.
And the sun is shining in Lewis. It's still a bit on the breezy side. Temperature there 56 degrees. Plenty of sunshine through the afternoon. We'll top out in the lower 60s. The good news is the winds are going to be relaxing through the afternoon. Ellen Perlman, Dewey Beach, Delaware. You're the winner of our Coast TV weather umbrella. We'll talk about milder air over the weekend in my full forecast in minutes.
And coming up, diving dogs and dancing zombies. Yeah, that's what your weekend plans hold, so stay tuned for cool things to do.
There's a whole range of events on Delmarva this weekend. Some are cute and some are pretty creepy, but Coast TV News' Christina DeRobertis has the scoop in this week's Cool Things to Do.
This weekend is going to be both adorable and spooky because, after all, it is October. But we'll start with adorable because Brandywine Valley SPCA is hosting Bark on the Board Saturday morning in Rehoboth Beach. It's a super fun event with dog diving competitions, a costume contest, and of course, adoptable pets. Now for the spooky, Hudson Fields in Milton is going to be taken over by zombies on Saturday night. It's Milton Zombie Fest, and this year's theme is Apocalypse. There's freak shows, food trucks, and more. Or you can head to Houston on either weekend day or both for the Delmarva Folk Fest. It's a musical event, but there's also going to be crafting and family-friendly activities. Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding's 9th annual Barn Dance is on Saturday. It's a fun-filled fundraiser with barbecue, dancing, and more, and proceeds benefit equine-assisted therapy programs. Camp Rehoboth's Block Party is back on Sunday from 11 to 4. There's going to be dozens of vendors on the second block of Baltimore Avenue with performances and art. Entrance is free, but donations are encouraged. And you can find event details, tickets, and more over on coasttv.com. All you have to do is click on Cool Things to Do.
And a sunny mid-October Friday on Delmarva. It is absolutely gorgeous out. Still a bit on the chilly side and a bit brisk at the beaches, where we're still seeing some winds gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour. We're at 56 in Rehoboth, dew point 37, so it is very dry out there. Folks walking the boards on this Friday morning. We're at 54 in Lewis, 57 Milford, 56 Laurel, and 54 Gumboro. As I mentioned, seeing some gusts, 18 in Georgetown, 26 Indian River Inlet, 22 in Ocean City. Winds will be relaxing through the afternoon today. We still do have a small craft advisory off the Delaware coast through about 6 tonight. Further down through Ocean City and Assateague Island, that's through 2 a.m. Saturday. And then just for another 45 minutes here, and small craft advisory up through the bay. Well, we are clear, dry, high pressure just off to our northwest. We have a little pressure gradient between this high and this big ocean storm, so that's why we're still seeing some pretty gusty winds at the coast. But again, that high is going to be sliding virtually over us through the day today, and then this cold front back off to the west, that's going to be pushing through our neck of the woods, but not until Sunday night and through Monday. You see those rain chances ramp up overnight Sunday through Monday, and then we could see another weak front push through Tuesday night, could give us another shower or two across the area. Highs today, 62 in Milford, 62 Harrington, 62 Cambridge, winds out of the northwest 10 to 15, 64 in Salisbury. Making your way out to high school football action this evening, a beautiful night. Make sure you pack the jacket and hoodie. We'll be falling through the 50s, clear skies, relatively calm winds through the evening and overnight. Will stay clear, maybe a few high clouds rolling in. Could see some patchy fog, but again, patchy frost, excuse me. But again, some of these high clouds may prevent that. But a gorgeous afternoon tomorrow. Again, just a few mid to high level clouds across the area, seasonable temperatures. Then as we get into Sunday, ahead of the front, temperatures soar back into the mid 70s with the south to southwest wind. As I mentioned, those gusts really relaxing through the afternoon and the evening. By tomorrow, winds are calm, but you can see the direction of the wind out of the southwest. So that's going to allow for milder air to flow in. By Sunday, ahead of the front, it is breezy with gusts upwards of 30 miles an hour. So heading on down to a Court Maze, maybe a pumpkin patch this weekend. Beautiful, 69 on Saturday. We're at 75 on Sunday. So there's the rain rolling in overnight Sunday and a Monday morning. Brief period of some moderate to heavy rainfall. I think most of the thunderstorm activity will stay to our west and weaken. And then as we go into Wednesday of next week, we dry things out. We're at 67 on Monday with morning rain. Could see a few showers linger into the afternoon. 71 into Tuesday, and then we drop back into the mid 60s into early next week.
Happy Friday. Hope you are ready for a busy weekend. But first, we hope you join us today at 4 on Coast Life because while it may be the off season, technically there's still plenty of events going on, including some events that we'd love to share with you in Ocean City. Plus, if you've been looking around your home and the carpet it's not doing it for you anymore, well, we got the guy that can take care of all of that. And if you had the opportunity to do college all over again, would you take it? We'll be discussing that and so much more today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
The time is now 11:19 as we're taking a live look into Washington, D.C. this morning, where later today, President Trump ends a busy week by meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Trump also announcing he will meet with Russian President Putin to find a way to end the war. NBC's Alice Barr shows us today's meeting could bring more to the military as to Zelensky.
President Trump wading back into negotiations over the Ukraine war, hosting Ukrainian President Zelensky today at the White House and announcing a second in-person meeting with Russian President Putin in Hungary in the coming weeks, after what he called a very productive phone call with Putin Thursday.
We want to stop the killing. 7,000 people a week. Can you believe it? We want to stop the killing.
The fighting in Ukraine has only intensified in the 2 months since the last Trump-Putin summit in Alaska, and the president has repeatedly voiced frustration with Putin for keeping up the attacks.
I'm very disappointed in him because I thought this would have been an easy one to settle.
Frustration sometimes directed at Zelensky, too, who is expected today to press for long-range Tomahawk missiles that would help Ukraine strike deep into Russia.
I don't know what we can do about that.
President Trump citing American need.
We can't deplete for our country. So, they're very vital. They're very powerful.
Russia has warned any Tomahawk transfer would significantly damage U.S.-Russia relations, though Zelensky said he believes the threat of the weapons had forced Moscow to resume negotiations. Zelensky also noting he hopes to build off President Trump's success brokering a Gaza ceasefire, as the president responded to deeply troubling videos of Hamas conducting public executions, clearly not disarmed. The president writing, "If Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, which was not the deal, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them," though he underscored U.S. troops would not be involved in the fight. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
A new study coming out this morning, women are leaving the labor force at some of the highest levels in history. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics data, an estimated 455,000 women left the workforce between January and August this year. Now, analysts saying highly educated mothers and Black women are leading the exodus. The drop mainly due to rising costs of childcare and early education. Fertility treatments could soon be more affordable under a new federal plan. The White House has announced 3 common IVF drugs will be offered at over 70% off through a government-backed website that's set to launch next year. Now, the plan also pushes drug makers to boost U.S. production. Trump has urged employers to expand fertility benefits, but the plan falls short of his campaign promise for universal free health care. We'll be back after the break.
Well, it's an absolutely gorgeous Friday here on Delmarva. After our cold start, temperatures are going to rise into the lower 60s this afternoon, and that's going to set the stage for a really nice weekend. In fact, trending milder.
Beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
Chris. Very excited. I might take a trip down to Bethany to see it.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. And, you could get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert weather phone. It's always on for your latest forecast. And your 10-day forecast shows plenty of sunshine to start the weekend, 69. We're up to 75 on Sunday. Now, most of the weekend is dry. Sunday is quite breezy as well ahead of the front. That'll bring rain in here early Monday morning. So Monday starts off a bit unsettled with some rain, and we'll get that out of here by Tuesday. And then we could see a late shower Tuesday into Wednesday. Overall, looking pretty nice the rest of the week.
A lot to look forward to this weekend, Chris. And thank you for joining us here on Coast TV News Midday. If you'd like more local news or local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. And do not forget to join us right back here for Coast TV News at 5 just later this afternoon. Until then, have a great day.